destroy this. Afternoon everyone, welcome to another video. Today is day 5, mileage is 57,941 and I've done the last 400 of those. But this car is not what this video is about. This one's about my M140i, which has now been sold. I've got a look at my full and final costs, along with some closing thoughts on my period of BMW ownership. To recap, I bought the M140i on the 26th of October 2018, sold it on the 13th of December 2020, so owned it for 780 days, and I put 25,595 miles on it. And what did I learn in that time? I had enough time to really get to know the car. What did I learn about it? Well, in true YouTube style, here are my top 5 likes and my top 5 dislikes. And we'll start with like number 1, and that is simply the performance on offer. I mean, you get 85% M-car pace for less than 50% M-car money. There's no M-tax on parts and servicing. They are incredible value for money. And like number 2 is that it's rear-wheel drive. It's unique in its class. There's nothing else that rivals it. I'd only really had front-wheel drive before I got the M140i, although I had a year and a half in a Focus RS, which was 4-wheel drive. So driving the M140i for 25,000 miles has taught me a huge amount. And with BMW's M Performance limited slip differential that I had fitted to mine, it turns the car into a hooligan of the highest order. And number 3 is the community. It's big, it's very active, it's helpful, and I've met a lot of really good like-minded people through it. Like number 4 is what was under the bonnet, the B58 3-litre straight-six twin-scroll turbo. Effortless, it's a masterpiece, so capable and economical too. And lastly, like number 5, and I'm sure a few people will disagree with this, but for me it's its looks, its subtlety, the fact it blended into the background, which means mostly unnoticed, I could just get my head down and make obscene progress. Now we'll move on to my dislikes, and starting with number 1, the indicator stalk. Unfamiliar territory to a lot of BMW owners, I know, but mine was from a period of time when they made it with an indicator stalk that didn't lock into place. It would always spring back to a central point. That's just not right. Dislike number 2 was the auto rev matching. It was flawless in operation, but I want to do it myself. I want to do it without having the dampers, the steering, the driver aids, active engine noise, the throttle map all forced upon me. My third dislike is the standard exhaust back box with the valve that rattles. When I got the car, it was on its second back box that had been replaced under warranty by the original owner. That second back box failed. I took that back, got another one under warranty, and at the time of sale, the third back box had failed as well. Fourth dislike is the gear shift feel in the M140i. Did its job okay, only ever missed one shift that I can recall. Just didn't really feel very mechanical. It was rubbery, knuckly, notchy, but that was it. It never really felt like you were moving gears. Lastly, my 5th dislike, and this isn't going to be a surprise to anyone that's watched any of my previous videos, and it's the handling feel. One word, disconnected. It was accurate enough for me, but at its core is just a basic 1 series, and for a driver there's just no real engagement and no feel. Genuinely, I'm really sad to see it go. It's an incredible package with epic performance, and I would have another one if I needed a car like that in a heartbeat. A fairly economical daily, reasonable running costs in a nimble rear-wheel drive chassis. So it's a truly great car. I will admit that I was expecting a bit more, but I was happy enough with what I got from it. Now for my final costs of ownership, time for some data and some charts. Can we have the first slide, please? Start with fuel economy, miles per gallon, average of 26.7, including 3 dry and 1 wet track days, which you can see there. This one's interesting. Fuel price, pence per litre over my ownership. Now it would seem is a good time to own one of these cars. Here's my total costs, comes to £16,819 over 2 years and 25,000 miles. The sundries cost is the cost of the M Performance limited slip differential. Here's how each element of the cost contributed to the overall total. Finally, and just because, here's what it cost per mile compared to the Focus RS. Now the RS was new, so it took a massive whack on depreciation. So strip the depreciation out and it shows the remaining running costs as remarkably similar. So that's it. That's my 2 years and 25,000 miles with my M140i. Good car, solid learning tool, 8 out of 10. Obviously, that car's now been sold. Sold it a week ago, then on Wednesday I went and picked up this. So there'll be no more M140i vids. From now on, I'll be vlogging from and about this car. I'll have more on exactly what this is and why I chose it in my next video. Until then, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, give this one a thumbs up, and I'll see you soon.